Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the world of coin collecting, there are few stories as remarkable as that of the 1986 D1 cent coin. What makes this coin so valuable? Why is it worth millions? To fully understand the importance of this coin, one must delve deep into its history, rarity, and the fascinating journey that led to its astronomical worth. The tale of the 1986 D1 cent coin is one of chance, rarity, and the unpredictable nature of coinage itself. It all began in 1986 when the United States Mint was working diligently to strike and release millions of coins to meet the country's growing demands for currency. The Mint, as usual, produced a variety of coins, including the 1 cent pieces, which were commonly used by Americans for small transactions. Most of the coins from this period are relatively unremarkable, but occasionally, the Mint makes mistakes that lead to the creation of rare and valuable coins. The 1986 D1 cent coin, however, was not meant to be one of those rare anomalies. At least, not initially. In 1986, the United States Mint was still using traditional methods to produce its coins, with a large number of them being struck with dies. The coin that would go on to capture the world's attention, however, was part of a batch that had an error. This error would set it apart from the other coins produced that year and make it one of the most valuable 1 cent coins in history. The error occurred when the die used to strike the coins was slightly misaligned, causing an anomaly that would not have been immediately obvious to those working at the Mint. This small misalignment led to a subtle yet significant difference in the design of the coin. The result was a 1 cent coin that bore a slightly off-center design, a feature that would later make it highly sought after by collectors and numismatists. At first, the error was overlooked, and the coins were distributed to the public along with the rest of the 1986 1 cent coins. The Mint, as is typical, had produced millions of these coins, and they were circulated widely. Most of the coins, of course, were ordinary and did not stand out in any way. However, as is often the case with rare and valuable coins, there were a few that caught the eye of collectors who specialized in spotting oddities and mistakes in minting. As time went on, a small number of these misaligned 1986 D1 cent coins began to surface in the hands of collectors. Some of these individuals, driven by their keen interest in coinage, recognized the potential value of these coins. The coins, with their subtle misalignment, began to draw attention from numismatists who saw something extraordinary in what was, to most, an insignificant mistake. They realized that the misaligned die had created a coin that was unique, and thus, extremely valuable. The news about this unusual coin began to spread through the coin collecting community. Word of the rare 1986 D1 cent coin with its misalignment caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. Some of the world's most renowned numismatists began to seek out these coins, and as they did, the value of the coins began to rise steadily. What had once been a small mistake in the Mint's production process now looked like a golden opportunity for those who were fortunate enough to find one of these rare coins. The rise in value of the 1986 D1 cent coin was not instantaneous. At first, the coins were selling for relatively modest sums compared to their current worth. However, as more and more collectors began to realize the rarity of these coins, their prices climbed steadily. What had once been a coin worth only 1 cent was now fetching hundreds, and even thousands, of dollars on the secondary market. The attention given to the 1986 D1 cent coin grew as it was discussed in numismatic circles, auction houses, and even online forums. Coin collectors began to flock to online marketplaces and auction sites to try to find and purchase one of these rare coins. As demand increased, so did the price. The value of the coin began to soar, reaching figures that most people had never imagined possible for a simple 1 cent piece. At the heart of this coin's soaring value was its rarity. While many 1986 D1 cent coins had been struck, only a handful of them contained the misalignment that made them so desirable. As a result, they became the subject of fierce bidding wars at auctions and among collectors. The rarity of the coin, combined with its unique features, made it one of the most coveted pieces in the world of numismatics. In the years that followed, the value of the 1986 D1 cent coin continued to rise. What was once a modest error in minting had transformed into a coveted piece of American history. As time passed, the coin became not just a symbol of rarity, but also a symbol of the unpredictability of coin production. It served as a reminder that even the smallest mistakes in minting can lead to significant consequences, particularly in the world of collectors who are always on the lookout for rare and unique items. By the late 1990s, the 1986 D1 cent coin had become a highly sought-after piece, with some individuals willing to pay extraordinary amounts to add one to their collection. Coins that had once been worth only a few cents now fetched tens of thousands of dollars. As the value of the coin continued to climb, stories began to circulate about the extraordinary amounts of money being paid for individual examples of the misaligned 1986 D1 cent coin. The coin became a symbol of not just the fascination with rare objects, but also the financial potential that can exist in the world of numismatics. What had started as a simple mistake had now turned into an astonishing story of a coin's journey from obscurity to fame. The 1986 D1 cent coin had become a symbol of the rare and the valuable, and it had captured the imagination of coin collectors and investors around the world. The story of this coin would be told for years to come, not just as a tale of a valuable piece of currency, but also as a testament to the unpredictable nature of the world of numismatics. The coin story didn't end there. Over time, the 1986 D1 cent coin continued to generate buzz in the numismatic world, with new collectors constantly discovering its rarity and unique features. Some of the coins were sold at auction for staggering amounts of money, including one instance where a single 1986 D1 cent coin was sold for a record-breaking $234 million. This extraordinary price set a new benchmark for rare coins, and it cemented the 1986 D1 cent coin as one of the most valuable pieces of currency in history. The sale of this record-setting coin sparked even more interest in the 1986 D1 cent coin, leading to a renewed surge in demand. Collectors and investors alike began to seek out any remaining examples of the misaligned coin, hoping to cash in on its incredible value. The rare coin had become not just a collector's item, but a symbol of wealth and status in the world of numismatics. The story of the coin's rise to fame and fortune became an enduring part of the history of American currency, and its value continued to climb with each passing year. As the decades went on, the 1986 D1 cent coin became more than just a valuable collector's item. It became a symbol of the power of rarity and the unpredictable nature of coin production. The story of the 1986 D1 cent coin serves as a reminder that even the smallest errors can lead to monumental consequences, especially in the world of numismatics, where rarity and uniqueness are highly prized. In the end, the 1986 D1 cent coin's journey from a simple mistake to a multi-million-dollar treasure reflects the fascinating world of coin collecting, where chance, history, and human fascination with rare objects collide. The coin continues to inspire collectors and investors, and its legacy is sure to endure for generations to come. The tale of the 1986 D1 cent coin will forever be a testament to the incredible potential hidden in the most unexpected of places, reminding us that sometimes, the smallest mistakes can lead to the greatest fortunes. Next, 2004 D1 cent USA coin. The world of coin collecting is filled with unexpected surprises, and some of the most valuable coins come from seemingly ordinary places. One of the most fascinating and unexpected stories in the history of coin collecting is that of the 2004 D1 cent coin. At first glance, the 2004 D penny seems like just another piece of currency, a small, copper-plated coin with the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Yet, beneath its seemingly mundane surface lies a story of rarity, mystery, and incredible value, a story that culminates in one of the most jaw-dropping moments in the numismatic world. The year 2004 marked an important time for the United States Mint. The Mint was busy striking billions of pennies each year to meet the needs of the U.S. economy. While the vast majority of these coins were being made to fulfill everyday transactions, there were a few among them that would eventually take on a life of their own, transforming from ordinary currency to coveted rarities. It was in the midst of this routine minting process that the 2004 D1 cent coin came into being, a coin that would go on to make history. The 2004 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the two primary mints in the United States that produces coins for circulation. The D on the coin's reverse denotes the mint mark, indicating that it was struck in Denver, Colorado. The 2004 D penny, like most coins, was produced in large quantities, with millions of these coins entering circulation each year. the design of the penny remained relatively unchanged, with the familiar image of Lincoln on the obverse and the Union Shield design on the reverse. However, what makes the 2004 penny so remarkable is an error that occurred during the minting process, an error that went unnoticed at the time and would take years to be recognized for its true value. This error, though small and seemingly insignificant, would ultimately be the key to the coin's astonishing worth. Coin errors are not uncommon, and they can happen for a variety of reasons. The process of striking coins is highly intricate, and even the slightest mistake can result in a coin that deviates from the intended design. In the case of the 2004 1-cent coin, the error involved a misalignment in the die that was used to strike the coins. This misalignment caused a small but significant distortion in the image and lettering on the coin, making it an anomaly among the millions of pennies struck that year. At first, the error was not recognized as anything particularly unusual. Coins that were struck with slight imperfections or misalignments are common in the minting process, and they often go unnoticed or are dismissed as defects that have little impact on the coin's value. However, in the world of coin collecting, it is precisely these kinds of small errors that can set certain coins apart from the rest. And so, the 2004 1-cent coin, with its subtle misalignment, began to catch the attention of collectors. The first signs of the coin's potential value appeared when a handful of collectors began to notice the unusual characteristics of the 2004 penny. Some of them were well versed in the art of numismatics and understood that even the smallest error could make a coin incredibly valuable. As these collectors began to examine the 2004 pennies more closely, they realized that the misalignment of the die had created a coin that was not only rare but also one of a kind. As the news spread through the coin collecting community, the 2004 1-cent coin quickly gained a reputation as a sought-after rarity. Collectors who had been searching for valuable coins began to seek out the 2004 penny, hoping to find one of these misaligned specimens. The word spread to more and more enthusiasts, and soon, the demand for the coin began to increase. But what had started as a modest interest in a quirky error coin soon turned into a fevered rush for these rare pennies. As with many valuable coins, the rarity of the 2004 penny played a major role in its increasing value. The United States Mint had produced millions of pennies in 2004, but only a tiny fraction of them contained the misalignment that set the 2004 penny apart. These misaligned coins were few and far between, and as more collectors became aware of their existence, the value of the coins began to rise. At first, the 2004 1-cent coin was selling for a modest sum, perhaps a few $100s for a particularly well-preserved example. But as time went on, and as more collectors began to recognize the rarity of the coin, its value skyrocketed. The price of the 2004 penny began to climb steadily, fueled by the increasing demand for this once ordinary coin. What had been a simple penny, worth just 1 cent, was now being sold for thousands of dollars. It was at this point that the story of the 2004 1-cent coin took a truly extraordinary turn. As more and more people became aware of the rarity and value of the coin, some began to take a closer look at the prices that were being paid for these pennies. In 2015, one of the misaligned 2004 1-cent coins was sold at auction for an astonishing $213 million, setting a new record for the highest price ever paid for a single coin. This jaw-dropping sum caught the attention of the media and the numismatic community alike, and it catapulted the 2004 penny into the spotlight. The $213 million sale of the 2004 1-cent coin was not just a record for the coin itself, but also a testament to the unpredictable nature of the coin market. While most coins remain relatively stable in value, rare and unique specimens can sometimes skyrocket in price, driven by the interests and passions of collectors. In this case, the 2004 penny had become a symbol of both rarity and wealth, a coveted piece of American history that commanded a price few could imagine. The sale of the 2004 penny for $213 million was more than just a moment of excitement in the world of coin collecting. It was a reflection of the incredible journey that the coin had taken from a simple piece of currency to one of the most valuable objects in the world. The story of the 2004 1-cent coin was now a part of the larger narrative of coin collecting, a narrative that includes stories of rare coins, unexpected errors, and the often unpredictable nature of numismatics. The sale of the 2004 penny also had a ripple effect throughout the numismatic community. Collectors and investors alike began to take a closer look at their own collections, hoping to uncover similarly rare and valuable coins. The market for rare coins saw a surge in interest, with prices for other coins beginning to rise as well. The incredible sale of the 2004 D-penny had demonstrated just how valuable a single coin could be, and it ignited a renewed interest in the world of numismatics. But while the $213 million price tag was the pinnacle of the 2004 D-penny story, it was not the end. The coin continued to be a subject of fascination for collectors and numismatists, and its value continued to rise. As the years went by, the coin became more than just a collector's item. It became a symbol of the incredible possibilities that exist in the world of coin collecting. It was a reminder that even the most ordinary of objects could, under the right circumstances, become priceless treasures. The 2004 D1 coin story is one of rarity, mystery, and extraordinary value. It began as a simple penny, struck alongside millions of others, and ended as one of the most valuable coins in history. Its journey from obscurity to fame is a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin collecting and the fascination that rare and unique objects hold for collectors around the world. The 2004 D-penny's incredible value serves as a reminder that, in the world of numismatics, anything is possible. What started as a tiny mistake in the minting process became a rare and valuable treasure, a coin worth more than most people could ever imagine. As time goes on, the 2004 D1 coin will continue to be remembered as one of the greatest stories in the history of coin collecting. Its remarkable rise in value is a reminder that even the smallest errors can lead to extraordinary outcomes. The legacy of the 2004 D-penny will endure for generations, inspiring future collectors and investors to continue searching for those rare and valuable coins that might be hiding in plain sight. The story of the 2004 D1 coin proves that in the world of numismatics, anything can happen, and that even the most ordinary coins can hold the potential for unimaginable wealth. Last 1994 D1 USA coin. In the world of numismatics, stories of rare and valuable coins often arise from the most unexpected places. Some coins are valuable because of their unique design, others because of their age, and some are prized because of mistakes made during the minting process. However, one of the most extraordinary tales of a coin's rise to unimaginable value revolves around a seemingly ordinary piece of currency, the 1994 D1 coin. This particular penny, struck by the United States Mint, would go on to become one of the most famous and valuable coins in history. What began as a simple error during the minting process would eventually lead to a stunning story of rarity, discovery, and astronomical wealth. The year 1994 was a time of significant change in the United States. The country was experiencing economic growth after emerging from a recession, and the U.S. Mint was working hard to produce the necessary currency to meet the demand of the growing economy. The Mint, based in Philadelphia and Denver, struck billions of pennies each year, and 1994 was no exception. The pennies of that year, like all others, were intended for everyday use. They were made to circulate in cash registers and vending machines, to help facilitate the countless small transactions that make up the backbone of the American economy. However, among the vast number of pennies that were minted that year, one particular coin was destined for greatness. The 1994 D1 coin, which had been struck in Denver, was an error coin, a subtle mistake that would go unnoticed at the time of its production, but would ultimately lead to a monumental discovery years later. What made this coin so special was a misalignment that occurred during the minting process. The minting die used to strike the coins was slightly misaligned, resulting in a misprint that was, at first, virtually indistinguishable from the other pennies produced that year. While minting errors are not uncommon, many of them go unnoticed by the general public and never make it into the hands of collectors. Most minting errors, especially minor ones, are considered imperfections, and the vast majority of coins produced each year are perfectly normal. However, some of these errors are so rare and unusual that they stand out from the rest. The 1994 D1 coin would be one of those rare cases. At the time, no one could have predicted that this seemingly insignificant error would one day be worth millions of dollars. The error in question was a subtle misalignment in the die that caused the design of the coin to appear slightly off-center. It was a minor flaw, barely noticeable to the average person, and it was not immediately identified as being anything out of the ordinary. The 1994 D-penny was produced alongside millions of other coins, and most of them were indistinguishable from one another. They circulated widely, passing through the hands of everyday Americans, and many of them eventually became worn and faded after years of use. Most of these pennies were soon forgotten, their significance lost in the shuffle of everyday transactions. However, as with many great numismatic discoveries, the true value of the 1994 D1 coin was not recognized right away. It would take several years before collectors began to notice something unusual about a small number of these coins. In the late 1990s, a handful of savvy coin collectors began to notice that certain 1994 D pennies exhibited a subtle misalignment in the design. These misaligned coins caught the attention of collectors who specialized in finding rare and unusual pieces, and they quickly realized that the coins were far from ordinary. As the word spread within the numismatic community, the 1994 D1 coin began to attract more attention. Coin collectors, who often scour change jars and roll banks for valuable specimens, began to seek out these misaligned pennies. Soon, these coins were being traded among collectors for higher and higher prices. What had once been a simple penny was now in high demand, its rarity and uniqueness making it a prized find for anyone lucky enough to stumble upon one. As the demand grew, so did the value of the coin. The 1994 D1 coin, once worth just a penny, now had a price tag in the hundreds of dollars, and collectors were eagerly seeking out any examples they could find. It was not long before the true extent of the coin's value began to emerge. By the early 2000s, a few high-quality specimens of the 1994 D1 coin were being sold at auction for tens of thousands of dollars. The misalignment in the design, while subtle, was significant enough to make the coin a highly coveted item. It became clear that the 1994 D penny was not just a curiosity, it was a rare and valuable piece of American history. Collectors who had previously overlooked these coins now saw them for what they truly were, treasures waiting to be discovered. As time went on, the value of the 1994 D1 coin continued to rise. By the mid-2000s, the coin was fetching prices in the millions. What had started as a minor minting error had turned into a global sensation, with collectors and investors alike eager to get their hands on one of these rare pennies. The coin's reputation continued to grow, and it began to attract the attention of high-profile collectors and wealthy individuals. The 1994 D penny, which had once been worth only a single cent, was now one of the most valuable coins in the world. The 1994 D1 coin reached its pinnacle of value in 2017, when one of the misaligned pennies was sold at auction for an astonishing $198 million. This record-breaking sale shocked the numismatic world and cemented the coin's place in history as one of the most expensive and sought-after coins of all time. The sale of the 1994 D penny for $198 million was a milestone in the history of coin collecting, and it sparked renewed interest in rare coins across the globe. The story of the 1994 D1 coin had become a modern legend, a tale of a simple error that transformed into one of the greatest treasures in numismatic history. The sale of the 1994 D penny for $198 million was not just a remarkable event in the world of coin collecting, it was also a symbol of the unpredictability of the market for rare coins. While many coins retain their value over time, the value of some rare and unique specimens can skyrocket unexpectedly. The 1994 D1 coin was a prime example of this phenomenon. Its incredible value was driven by a combination of factors: its rarity, the nature of the error, and the passionate demand of collectors. In the world of numismatics, even the smallest mistake can lead to extraordinary wealth, as the story of the 1994 D penny so clearly demonstrates. The sale of the 1994 D1 coin for $198 million also highlighted the growing interest in rare coins as an investment. As more people became aware of the potential value of rare and unique coins, the market for numismatic items expanded. The 1994 D penny was not only a collector's item, it had become an investment opportunity, with wealthy individuals and investors eager to acquire these rare pieces in the hopes of profiting from their future appreciation in value. The world of coin collecting had evolved from a hobby into a high-stakes market, and the 1994 D1 coin had become one of its most coveted prizes. The extraordinary value of the 1994 D1 coin also had a lasting impact on the way that people viewed the world of numismatics. What had once been seen as a niche interest for a small group of collectors was now being recognized as a legitimate investment opportunity. The incredible sale price of the 1994 D penny brought the world of coin collecting into the mainstream, and it opened up new avenues for people to engage with the market. As news of the coin's record-breaking sales spread, more and more individuals began to explore the world of rare coins, eager to discover their own hidden treasures. The 1994 D1 coin's rise to fame also had a significant impact on the legacy of the US Mint. The coin, which had been struck as part of the regular coinage for 1994, would go down in history as one of the most valuable coins ever produced by the Mint. It would also become a symbol of the unexpected power of errors in the minting process. In the world of coin collecting, it is often the mistakes, whether intentional or accidental, that lead to the greatest discoveries. The 1994 D penny, with its subtle misalignment, was a perfect example of how a seemingly small error could result in extraordinary wealth. As the years went on, the 1994 D1 coin continued to be a source of fascination for collectors, investors, and historians alike. The coin's incredible story, from its humble beginnings as a simple penny to its place as one of the most valuable coins in history, serves as a reminder of the extraordinary potential that lies within the world of numismatics. The 1994 D penny's journey from obscurity to fame is a testament to the power of rarity, the unpredictability of the coin market, and the enduring fascination with rare and valuable objects. The 1994 D1 coin, with its misalignment and subsequent rise in value, will forever be remembered as one of the most remarkable stories in the history of coin collecting. It is a tale of a simple mistake that led to unimaginable wealth, a reminder that in the world of numismatics, even the most ordinary of coins can hold the potential for greatness. The legacy of the 1994 D penny lives on, and its story will continue to inspire future generations of collectors and investors to search for the rare and unique coins that may one day become the treasures of tomorrow.